should be in right now. Hello.
Are we live?
Yes.
We're live. Boom! We're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very, very special episode of Thought Patrol. Today's episode, E-Thoughts.
Oh.
Teaming up with the IRS to take down the biggest threat known to mankind. Those E-Thoughties. Anyways, before I begin, I want to give a very special thank you to the sponsors of this week's episode. We've re-signed back on with Charleston Chew. Boom! Thank you, Charleston Chew. We can't get a big candy company to sponsor us because they're like, oh, who are you people? But Charleston Chew is such a small brand now that they will sponsor this podcast. So thank you, Charleston Chew. It's Charleston time. Anyways, I am looking for my topics list that I should have had. Oh, no. We're going to open up today with what I kind of hinted at earlier. E-Thoughts. I'm going to break that down. And I'm actually going to give my actual opinions and thoughts on it because I've been posting so many, like, crappy memes about it. People are like, wait, I thought you were against taxes. And then it's like I'm posting something opposite. So anyway, what's happening is...
If I'm paying them, you're paying them.
Right. What's happening is a bunch of people on the internet, kind of like trolls and kind of the gaming online community, thought it would be fun or funny or whatever to start reporting girls with like premium Snapchats or something along that nature. Basically girls who sell provocative or nude photos or videos. Lewd. Pictures online to these guys. And then so people are like, hey, let me get that premium Snapchat. And then as soon as I get it, they're like, oh, I just reported you to the IRS because you're not paying taxes, which they aren't.
If they aren't. I'm sure a lot are, but there's
Sure.
a lot that are, too.
Sure. Philip DeFranco did a big breakdown of it. And there are, I guess, like big companies you can sign to that will like promote your premium Snapchat or something.
Okay.
I mean, I'm only subscribed to about 15 premium Snapchat girls, so I don't know a ton of it. I'm not too into the game, but I do spend about $1,200 a month.
I've just dipped my toe in. That's
Yeah,
about it.
I
That's
dabble.
also a fetish.
I dabble, you could say. No, I keep it to a bare minimum of 2. Kidding, no. So the bigger ones, they do pay their taxes, but then anyone can just say like, hey, give me $10 a month and you could see my tits or whatever it is. Who knows?
That's basically it.
So people are now reporting these girls to the IRS. There was this big, there was a meme out about how like you can actually get a cut of the money if you report someone, but that was basically proven false.
It's that you can.
It has
but
to
it's
be.
Not a, yeah.
It has to be like over a certain amount of money, and then you really gotta play with some rules.
You have to give like the whole report yourself.
Yeah,
to even qualify or something.
It was this whole thing. So that meme was basically proven false. But either way, you can look at this from a couple different angles. I don't want to make too many overgeneralizations, but here we go. I think these girls who are usually doing that are more like, oh, I'm sexually liberated. I can sell my body and yada, yada. Go right ahead. Do whatever you want.
Capitalism.
These girls, I think, are usually going to be on the left of the political side. And I don't want to get too political. I'm not going to force anything down anyone's throat. Like I saw that girl do on a premium Snapchat.
1 in 15.
These girls are usually going to be on the left. And so therefore usually promote higher taxes, promote socialism, promote communism nonsense. And now that they're getting reported, it's like, oh no, I have to pay taxes on this? But then they want everyone else to pay taxes for free healthcare and free everything else. Well, you get that free stuff by everyone paying taxes. So I think they're kind of hypocritical for like, oh no. But then I also think, and this is where someone kind of called me a hypocrite, and I'm going to defend myself. The people who are reporting them, kind of the online gaming community is usually kind of trollish guys. And I think kind of more trolly guys are usually going to be on the right. And if you're on the right, you're usually for lower taxes. Or if you're like me, I don't really think the IRS needs to exist. I don't think the Federal Reserve needs to exist. I want those things gone. So I think both sides are being somewhat hypocritical. And when I was posting all these memes, someone who's on the left, I'm not going to name any names, but someone who I disagree with fundamentally about everything, but I actually think this person's a pretty cool person. She said, wow, you're a hypocrite because you're promoting taxes, but aren't you a libertarian and you hate taxes? I'm like, okay, fair point. One, I was posting memes. Like I'm posting jokes.
The funny parts of them. No.
I'm posting jokes.
You're not actually going out and
then I further down explained what I actually think. And here's what I actually think. There needs to be some kind of consistency. If we're living in a society where people are paying taxes, then they should be paying taxes too, right? Mm-hmm. If people are paying taxes, everyone chips in, like a base flat tax rate, like 10% or whatever. Wow, we're gonna get so many views of me ranting about the tax rate. I'll make this quick. If people are gonna be taxed on whatever, then they should pay taxes. But in my dream world, we wouldn't be paying taxes.
Yeah.
And I think that they should be able to make a premium Snapchat, and the government should have nothing. The government shouldn't even know. The IRS shouldn't even know because the IRS shouldn't even exist. So in my dream world, all the memes and stuff, they wouldn't exist because you wouldn't be reported to the IRS. They wouldn't be paying taxes. But if you're going to go around and say everyone needs to pay taxes, then have some consistency. You're a hypocrite, and they should be paying taxes too. Anyways, next topic. Oh, did you see? This isn't the next thing, but PewDiePie is probably going to lose the T-Series within the next day.
I did see that.
Oh, it's sad.
I saw that. What was it, like 200,000 mine right now? I mean, that's what it was like an hour ago.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Can't
Okay.
have that.
This I don't know why I've thought about this quite a bit. This is a very dumb, not very good story. Wow, I'm really killing it with the topics today. Tax law, and then now a bad.
I don't even know. I just start this thing up, and then you.
Right.
I don't even know what the topics are going to be. That's why whenever I type it out, oh, what are tonight's topics? Just watch us.
I make the topics like 5 minutes beforehand. I find out who the sponsor is, and then I'm like, oh, topics. Give me 5 minutes. No, I spend all week planning these things.
What do I want to talk about? Well,
I'm gonna make this story real quick. Because I can't tell if I was being a jerk, if I was being funny. So me and you went to Speedway a couple weeks ago or whatever, like a week or two ago, and I was wearing these Kanye West glasses, and
Kanye West style.
Yeah, whatever.
Whoa.
He doesn't actually make a pair of these,
but they're
his style. Everyone knows what I mean. So I'm going to Speedway, and this girl says to us, "Oh wow, look, cool glasses. You just come from the club?" And I said something just like, "Oh, you know it." Just whatever, like a nonsense, who cares answer. A few days later, I go back in, not wearing the glasses, and she's there again. And I could tell this was like a new girl because I've been going to that Speedway for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I've seen her, so it's like, okay, whoever. Not important. And she goes, "Oh, crazy glasses guy." And I'm like, "Uh-huh, yep." And then I buy my chocolate milk or whatever the hell I was buying.
Chalky milk?
Oh, I love some chocolate milk. And then I leave. And then so I go back in like a few days ago, and she goes, "Oh, crazy glasses guy." And I actually talked to her this time, and I'm like, "Oh, you know me. What color was I wearing that day?" Because I'm like, this girl really just remembers me. Usually people remember me because I'm tall. But she remembers me
I finally found a way to
hide the height. No, I like being tall.
People remember me because of my laugh, so that's it.
So I'm like, okay, I forget what color were those glasses. Like, why is this girl remembering these glasses so much? I know they're stupid glasses.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, or no. That was after. I go like, "Yeah, I should probably bring those glasses back. I got to bust those out of retirement." And she goes, "You do that? You do that for me?" And then I'm like, "What color glasses was I even wearing that night?" And she goes, "Purple, the way to my heart." And then and this is while we were like exchanging. I was putting my chip in the machine and everything and exchanging. And she hands me whatever.
That's a euphemism right there.
I definitely pay for her premium Snapchat. So and like as she says, purple, the way to my heart. She was like handing me whatever goods I just bought from Speedway.
Snapchats.
So she goes, purple, the way to my heart. I grab them. I lean in really close, and I go, then I'll wear green. And I thought it was just like a stupid little joke. But she gave like that shocked Pikachu look. Like, because I think she was kind of like, oh, this guy's going to do something nice for me. And I'm not saying she was like hitting on me or anything. I don't think she was. But
There's a chance.
Maybe.
Matters of the heart were involved with which color was that.
Maybe. But I thought that would be like a funny joke. But she looked like she was actually offended. And so I was like, I guess you don't understand my comedy, which is basically just insulting people and like being highly sarcastic on sensitive matters. So I don't know. It wasn't even that funny, but I thought I was making a joke, and she's like, and
taken aback.
And because I did that, and it walked right out, and then I'm like, wow, maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's gonna like spit on the tornadoes now next time I go in there and get one.
Do you want her to, or?
I want her to on that premium Snapchat. That's what I'm paying for.
You're up to 16
That's
now?
what I'm paying $69 a month.
I think we got to get on Fiverr, but I'm not sure what we're gonna do. We could do originally. I could chew into a microphone.
God.
Maybe people would pay for
every
that.
time every chew we lose 20 viewers.
But if it's on Fiverr, it's $5 a sandwich. Maybe
Next topic.
I'm gonna get PewDiePie to make me eat something involving Jewish cuisine.
What the hell?
Or a German
Okay.
sandwich.
Okay. I don't really have anything crazy to say about this, but I want everyone to tune in. Tomorrow night during whatever two football teams are playing, I don't care.
I don't.
During it is going to be the Captain Marvel trailer.
Oh, I want to watch now.
So,
How about
there
the
you go.
Packers?
Speaking of football, here we go with the segues. The Packers lost today, so I think that officially marks them impossible to get into the playoffs.
Okay.
I watched the Aaron Rodgers post-game interview. I didn't watch any of the game. I was hanging out with my mama today.
I was playing Pokemon Go and going to my parents' house. That's all.
Nice. Oh,
that's all
look
I
at
did.
us being
What?
good children.
Actually, I might have been at Kyoto when the game was on. I do not know when the game was on because I didn't care.
Noon.
Okay. So after that, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh well. YOLO.
So, Packers out. No postseason. I think Aaron Rodgers, and I'm being dead serious, I think Aaron Rodgers should be benched for the rest of the season. If there's no hope of winning,
Then why risk him being injured? or
right? I'm not
something?
saying everyone, but he is the team.
Yeah.
The Packers fall apart when he's not there, and I mainly blame Coach Mike McCarthy. We're going to bring him up in a second with breaking news.
I see.
But I think even it would suck being a fan and going to these games and Aaron Rodgers not playing, but I think you maintain the hope for next season. I also think, now this is where everyone disagrees with me, and this is me being very biased and a little bit, I don't want to say trolly because I usually say this being trolly, but I actually believe this. Get Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
And like I bring that up to be like, and
Get that
everyone's
man
like,
a beer.
"Ah." No, get Tim Tebow. He was an okay starting quarterback when he was playing with the Broncos. He was okay. He sometimes did really bad, but he won more postseason games than the Packers did that year. They made it the same distance because the Packers had a bye, but he won like 2 playoff games that year. He got it to the playoffs and then made it 2 games in. That's pretty impressive. You can't be a terrible quarterback and do that. Yeah, the defense was awesome. Yeah, the kicker was awesome. It saved them multiple times. But Tebow wasn't terrible. And I think get him in, try him out as a starter with basically no hope this season. This season's basically done.
Mm-hmm.
So do something kind of crazy. Get Tim Tebow in, try him out, see how he does.
Do it for the vine.
And we have no other good backup quarterbacks. So do something kind of crazy. And then next year, Aaron Rodgers starts. Obviously, Tebow's not ever going to be anywhere near Rodgers. But have Tebow as a backup. because Rodgers usually gets hurt once in a while. So bring Tebow in.
They're gonna need that
Boom.
power of God.
Why not?
Christian channel.
Why not?
Yeah.
I don't see how anyone could really be fundamentally against that. But speaking of the Packers, Mike McCarthy is officially out. Now, it's hard to know. Now, I'm not in the coach's room. I'm not in the locker room. I'm just some.
I'm not in that messenger group.
Yeah, I'm not in that. I don't subscribe to that premium Snapchat. And it's very, very hard for me to say, like, oh, this is exactly what the Packers are doing wrong. If I was in charge, this is how it would go. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm some idiot in a room with a camera. But that doesn't stop me from giving my opinion and basically claiming it's fact. No, I don't know what exactly was going wrong, but it seemed like something was just going wrong on the Packers.
Some losses.
They kept talking about how they're not on the same page. And there's been rumors for basically years that Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy like completely disagree with each other and like hate each other.
Yeah.
So, do I know for a fact that getting rid of Mike McCarthy
My OCD, sorry.
is the answer? I don't know, but it seems like a good answer. We have the best quarterback who's ever lived, and we're not winning. So, I think it's a pretty safe bet to get rid of Mike McCarthy. Get someone kind of in. Like, if we had a Bill Belichick, coach of the Patriots, if we had like a him-level coach on the Packers, or if like Aaron Rodgers went to the Patriots, we'd win every game every year.
Yeah.
So there's something that was going wrong, and I think they might have fixed it.
All right. Well, find out next season.
I'm really learning. Like, I'm not saying it. I'm just kind of like reporting the news this episode. Like, I'm not going down any like rants. It's just kind of like,
I don't know.
This is what happened, and let's hope for the best. And I subscribe to Premium Snapchat. I don't know that you people know of.
I am the premium Snapchat.
I subscribe to myself. Okay, I want to talk about a concert that I went to yesterday, and I want to get your opinion. One of the very few times I ever want you to talk.
Oh.
We went to go see the band 303 last night. Overall, a very good time. And they did something kind of crazy. Not crazy, but other bands have done this multiple times. But they played their first album cover to cover.
In the entirety?
Every single song in a row. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of, like, I don't want to say rules, but like if I was in charge of making a set list, or like, hey guys, what are we going to play tonight? Kind of like what songs you should play. Should you play new ones? Should you play old ones? What should you do? I think this was a really smart idea by this band, because everyone agrees that their first album was their best. Every song on there is a banger. And it was a really fun concert. I purposely didn't really drink much at all.
Yeah, it was pretty tame in comparison.
A lot of people like to just get like wasted at concerts.
Yeah.
I don't.
I have on accident, but
I don't. If I'm going to a concert, like I'm there, I want to have like a buzz on, sure, whatever. But I'm like glued to that stage.
Yeah.
Some people like love to mosh and like get in these big fights and brawls at like metal shows. I like to be on the outside of it. Not like that I don't want to like mosh and everything, but I'm here for the show. I want to see what's happening.
Yeah.
And like I like remember the set list and all that stuff. So I had a really good time. I think when a band does that, though, when they say we're going to play this album cover to cover, they should announce that beforehand.
Yeah, because I didn't know that was part of it. I mean, it didn't matter to me.
They didn't
so much,
announce
but
it. They just said on like at the first song.
Oh, okay.
They said, "I hope you guys don't mind. We should just play a Want cover to cover," and everyone cheered.
Okay.
So that was good that they did that. But I think bands should probably advertise, kind of like
Yeah.
when we saw Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
They said this is the 15-year with Roots Above.
Anniversary in its entirety. Yeah.
Right.
And
so it was
Burial for Rare
advertised.
Form, yeah.
It was advertised. So that way, you kind of know, like, hey, if you didn't like that album, you wouldn't go to that concert and pay money to see them. And it's like, for example, if Disturbed was out and they were playing like Believe,
Yeah.
I'd probably still go. But that's like by far my least favorite album by them.
Okay.
And or is it called Prayer? No, it's called Believe.
I think it's Believe.
Yeah.
I think.
Either way,
I think.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be like, "Oh, I'm just not going to go to that one." So you can, but then some people who love it would be like, "I'm definitely going to that one."
Mhm.
So I think you should kind of advertise and say like, "Hey, if you're doing a kind of crazy show like that or a special show, you should advertise it." But I really like that they did do that because I really love that album. But also, that album's only like 40 minutes long.
Is that? I wonder if that's why they did that. That show did end really quick.
It was a short show.
It was done by before 11, wasn't it? Like 10:40.
Yeah, something like that. That was like and then there was like a 15-20 minute like filler band.
Okay.
Like they before the final two songs, they went off stage and like two DJs came up there.
And I bet you that was the emo night then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the emo night like started, and then 303 came on, and then the emo night thing came back on, and
So like
these
shared?
two guys, they were acting like they were rock stars because they brought a whole bunch of very average-ish looking girls on the stage, and like they were all dancing, fine, whatever, cool.
They were advertising their premium snaps. All right.
I was subscribing. I was like, "What's your Snapchat
Yeah,
code?"
they had the QR codes just passing out on business cards.
tattooed like on their ass. Beep beep. Take my money.
That was actually how you pay them. Scan the code. Venmo
No,
me.
But then these guys who were like the DJs were like walking around like acting like they were kings. They didn't even like blend the songs together. They just played like a Fall Out Boy song in its entirety and then just played another song after it. Like, you didn't do anything. You chose popular songs and hit play and then walked on stage surrounded by a bunch of 4, 5s, and 6s like.
That said, if I had an audience to do that to, I'd do that too.
Oh, I definitely would be up there doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Probably worse, but I would at least like know that I was being a douchebag.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think that I can't get into these guys' minds, but I was like thinking like these guys think they're king.
Yeah.
But then again, if I was up there, I'd be like, I am king.
Yeah.
Because you guys are cheering because I just hit play and not even mixing these songs.
Do you like this song that we've all heard 1,000 times
It was
before?
made by someone else.
Yeah.
So I don't know. These guys.
Behold my power.
I didn't like these guys, but I've said many times before, if like there was a clone of me, I guarantee I wouldn't like that person. I'd be like, wow.
Until you got to like sit down and talk to yourself. Externally, you wouldn't like them, but then if you realize, oh, it's just myself being myself, I get it now.
I guess.
Then maybe. Then maybe.
So, but I also, if you're gonna do that whole cover to cover album thing, and your album is short, you should do what Devil Wears Prada did, and maybe open up with like 5 or 6 songs,
And then
from all other different
or
stuff.
finish with a different song or
Sure.
something. Yeah, I know.
Devil Wears
what you mean.
Prada,
Yeah.
when we saw them, they played like 6 songs off all different albums, and then said, okay, now we're starting this album
Yeah.
cover to cover.
This chapter.
That was a great show. It was like
Yeah.
an hour and a half long. But the 303, it just went by way too quick.
Hurt a rib.
Yeah, it was just way too quick. But still overall a very good time because I loved that album and they played it really well. And they played Still Around, which was awesome because I could play that on piano.
Came back from the bar right in time for
And he said for one part, everyone put your piano hands up because there was like a piano part, not in that song, but like a different song.
Okay.
And everyone's like this in the air. And I could actually play those notes. And I was like, I can actually do this. And then he said something from the stage like, put them down. That looks really weird. Like the whole crowd of everyone like this. Like he's like, everyone piano hands in the air. And then everyone's doing it. And then he goes, put them down. That looks really stupid. Oh, good times. Anyway, this was meant to be a shorter podcast episode.
We're at
I have-
25 minutes right now, so.
Not that short. Because I have things to do. You have to go to work. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. We are guaranteed doing one this upcoming Sunday.
I don't like guarantees. That's very,
I am
very-
guaranteeing and promising that
Oh,
we
no.
will do one. And if I'm not here, Brandon will do one solo. He will actually give a glimpse of his own premium Snapchat for free $99. So tune in next Sunday. Also,
$3.99, that's $1, right?
Also, make sure you buy a Charleston shoe. Snap into a Charleston shoe.
And cut everything. All right, well, so that's it, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
All right. All right.